Hello, I'd like to talk a little bit about what expressions, equations, and solutions are, and I'm going to use a quick example that has to do with bowling. So let's suppose at this bowling alley, it costs $5, and that's just for the shoe rental, so you're only going to pay that once, and then it's $3 per game. That second part of the cost is going to depend on how many games you bowl. So it's going to be variable, and we're going to actually define a variable to let us represent the number of games bowled. So let's let the letter B be the variable representing the number of games bowled. What I'd like to do now is I want to use this information and my variable B to write an expression. An expression is a combination of numbers, variables, and operations. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, that's going to represent some quantity. In this case, the cost of bowling for somebody who bowled B games. So we see that the bowling is $3 per game, and then there's a one-time fee of $5 just to rent the shoes. So the expression for the cost of bowling is going to be 3 times B plus 5. Note that this does not have an equal sign. This is going to be true in general of an expression. An expression has no equal sign. Now suppose we find out that Nancy spent $11 on bowling. We now have something that we know our expression is equal to. So we can now make an equation. So an equation is going to be a statement that an expression, like this one, is equal to a number or another expression. So in this case, our expression is equal to the number 11, and we can use that information to make an equation. Now we have an equation which represents this overall situation. 3 times b plus 5 equals 11. So the last thing that we might want to do if we have something like this is to solve it or to find its solution. In other words, we're going to find the solution of the equation. Solution of an equation is simply a value of the variable, in this case b, which makes it true. So how do we actually find the solution? There's actually a number of ways that we could, and there's a whole procedure in algebra of the way to properly work through the notation and do that. But in this particular case, it's an excellent candidate for guess and check for a couple of reasons. One, the numbers are pretty small and simple to work with. And two, we know from the situation this involves bowling, and it's reasonable that it would be a very small number of games that somebody would play when they're bowling. Small numbers, we think it's going to be a small number of games that somebody would normally play, so we can go ahead and perform guess and check. We see that 1 doesn't work because 3 times 1 is 3 plus 5 is 8. But if we plug in 2, we get 3 times 2 plus 5, which is going to be equal to 6 plus 5. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 5, which is equal to 11. So now we can conclude that b equals 2, so this value of 2, is a solution to our equation 3b plus 5 equals 11. Thank you.